Hi guys, it's Step Back and I thought I would do some videos on how I organize some of my products, and hopefully it might give you guys some ideas on how to store different things. I'm going to give you an overview of my room. Now I've downsized from nearly half a house. I had the whole downstairs granny flat to this small room that my daughter used to live in, and she's moved back and she's in the granny flat downstairs now. So like, I've got stuff packed to the ceiling. It's still quite a work in progress, but I thought I'd give you a quick overview of the room and then show you different parts on how I store things in different videos. So I'm at the door, and I'm not going to show you outside the door because there's lots of boxes right behind me of stuff that I need to sell. So I'm at the door, so you walk in, and the bookshelves that I'm using are just those cheap bookshelves from Kmart. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going down this side, and I'm just gonna close this door up a bit so you can see, because I've got stuff behind the door. I've got one bookcase here. I did have two, but the other one has been moved into my cupboard, which I'll show you in a minute, because I got the 2 wide Alex drawers for Christmas. I've still got to build the second one, and it's going to sit on top. It was originally going to go into the cupboard that I'll show you in a minute, but I preferred to have it out. So I moved the bookcase that was there inside the cupboard, and yeah. So, and I've got this little kind of, I don't know where I got this from, and it just sits behind my door and holds some random things. So that's pretty much all my mixed media, kind of, in that one. And it's still got to be cleaned up because I tried to move the whole bookcase over and everything toppled. So I got to tidy that up. And then I've just got my ribbons and some acrylic paint, twine. I think this is embossing. Yeah, embossing. It's gonna focus. Embossing powders. I'm slowly getting around with my label maker and labeling things. Really helps me. I've become quite forgetful. I already was, but it's gotten worse. So next to that bookcase is the first Alex drawer. The second one will go on top. I've got nothing in them at the moment. Then I've got the desk from IKEA with the 2 thinner. Why does this keep going out of focus? The 2 smaller Alex drawers, and excuse all the bags underneath my table. They're not usually there. Participating in a swap, and that's all the goodies in there, so I still got to wrap them up. So this side of my desk, I've got my sewing machine, just a crappy old sewing machine I got for a couple of dollars at the markets, and it still works. Took a chance on it. It still works. It is very temperamental, but it does the job it needs to. Under my desk, I've got this little drawer thing that's on wheels. Got that from the markets for a couple of bucks. It's just got some of my mink stuff. I think it's got some pens. Like I said, it's still very much a work in progress, my room. My mink is there. I keep everything in boxes or containers if I can, because I live, like, I haven't got any curtains on my window because I like to let as much natural light in. But if you can see, the road there is the main bus route, and we get a lot of dust. So I try and keep everything in containers or in their boxes if possible. My Cricut Joy sits there, easy to plug in. And then these units here are from Spotlight. I've still got a third one that I got to put up. Well, my partner put them up for me. Let's move this chair so I can get closer. So that's my embellishment unit, and that one is going to be paper die cuts separated by colour. And then I've got this little, because I've got no curtains, the light is like playing, like mini kind of bookshelf, I guess you would call it. And I've just got the punches that I use the most, some of those makeup drawers that I've got random bits and pieces in, project life cards, yeah. So, and that's where I sit on my desk. I've got a few little bits and pieces out on my desk. I got, this one is, I believe, it's the Kaisercraft one. I don't know. I found it on Gumtree and I got it for $5, the unit. So, got that. Then you would have seen my trolley in my DIY kit video. So this little oldie trolley, I move this trolley out of the way behind me. This little trolley, oldie trolley, was marketed as a sewing trolley. And yes, I do have a big iron mark on my floor. There we used to be renters. We used to rent to 2 rooms, yeah, before we had kids. And don't ask me how they got the iron. Must have left it on the floor and forgot about it, but I'm not too fussed about it. It's a craft room, it's going to get messy. So I think we got some lino somewhere that matches. Maybe I'll be able to cut that out one day, but yeah, as I said, I'm not fussed. So that's the that's the oldie trolley, and it is quite thin enough to fit. There's just like this tiny gap between my desk and this bookcase, and it fits, this trolley fits perfectly down the side there. So that's that white one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was when they had the sewing stuff. So up on top of these 2 bookcases, I've got my albums, and then I've got, this is all my scrapbook papers and things, and this is not nowhere near everything, sadly. There's heaps downstairs, but I got these grey baskets from Coles when they had the kitchenware stuff on sale. So I grabbed them, and I thought I could go to another Coles and grab more to fill them up, but sadly they all sold out because they reduced them like by $3 or $4, so they got snapped up quick. But then when I was at retreat, a lady up there had the narrow fridge containers with handle, and they're only like $6 at Kmart. So my Kmart sold out of them because I bought the last lot of them there. I'm just waiting for them to get some more in, and then I'm going to swap the grey ones out for the clear ones so that it's just a little bit more all matchy. Then I've got stickers. I've got, what have I got? They're my sticker kind of books and 6x12s. Then I've got my kind of loose stickers like puppy stickers and things. We'll get into that into another video. I'll show you in a bit more in depth. Then I've got my beautiful MasterChef boxes. The ladies up at my local Coles saved them all for me because they hold sticker books and things. Look, I've even got kids insole. Then down the bottom I've got one of those photo cases that hold all the 4x6 containers, and one of them's got my wood veneer in it. The one behind is empty at the moment. I've got chipboard, I've got my planners, and then that's just all random like blank paper, printables that are printed out, and that all needs to be resorted. And I can see my daughter's just chucked the rubber back in here. Okay, so between the bookcases, because there's only one PowerPoint, I left a gap, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with the gap, and then as I was cleaning, all these containers came up. So I've just made a big stack of them because I've got like things like my vellum, my heat acetate, and I'm going to slowly, if it focuses, slowly label all that. Then I've got this trolley here, which is in progress to become my Project Life trolley. Whoops. Then on this one, I've got my ephemera, which we'll be going into today. Come around this way. I've got my enamel dots and bling, and I believe that these containers, because I got a huge craft haul, and I mean, we got so much for the price we paid, and half of it was like storage items, which was really cool. And it was these containers with the lids, and you can get all different thicknesses. And if I bring you back over here, you can see that I've used the thinner one for my clear bling. Large bling is in a larger one, same with the enamel dots, and then a smaller one for the coloured bling. So there is that. And then I've got a couple of them containers for my planner punch board. This one has got, I'm still labeling and sorting this one out. That's got 3D embellishments for mainly my off the page kind of things. Yeah, like metal embellishments. Then we go down and I've got my selfie, I've got my punches, and all these containers here all came in that craft haul. Same with that little kind of beauty case thing. It's all got punches all in them, ones that I don't pull out that often. And then just on top I've got some random containers that I have yet to put to use. Same with those drawers. These drawers, I got them from the markets, I believe. And that just holds different things. It's got all my things I want to put in my 2022 Project Life, like memorabilia and things. And then next to it, when I bought that, if I bring you back around, when I bought that spinning tool holder thing, she was selling this paper holder off, and it was a wooden one, and I think I got it for $5, but you're supposed to have it so you can have the paper horizontal. I don't like thumbing through it like that. I prefer my paper to be vertical, so I've tipped it on its side. And then the top of this one is random stuff that needs to be sorted. So underneath this one I've got ink pads, blending tools, then I've got my stamps, my roller stamps in the black drawers, pens and markers, and then I've got lace and trims, my Dymo label maker, spare spare double-sided tapes and things. Then over here I've got a hodgepodge of different bullet journals and traveller's notebooks and things like that. That's got my washi tape in it, which I'm going to have to go through because I had it all out on display and I think all the dust has actually ruined it. Then I've got spare containers and some photos, and then that is all Project Life down there. And this trolley was a Kmart trolley I got for $2 at the markets. I bought the lid, the chopping board thing to go on top so my big shot can sit on top, and I'm slowly filling that up to use that for that. Now if I spin around, there's a set of built-in cupboards. So on the front I got this quite a few years ago, and it's it was from Aldi, and it was a craft kind of, I stand back if I try and get it all in frame. So it's quite long, and you open it up. I'm going to open it up, and it's just got bits and pieces in it at the moment because I'm still, as I said, organising things. So I've got punch boards and resin and paint pouring and things like that. So it's a cool little unit that is. So, and it's just magnetised and closes back up. And then if I open the cupboards, and I'll stand back. So built-in cupboards, there's that the bookcase that I moved to put my Alex drawers in, and that's going to pretty much house all my sewing and cross-stitch things. And then next to it is my typewriter. I've got a few things hanging up, and I've got, so this stand here was one of those ones from Kmart or Big W where you could pull the drawers out, and it had the two, I've got one right next to it that's similar. If I can just pull this out, I'll show you just a sec. Like I said, it's just, I have been rearranging so everything's not, so this pulls out really easily so I can get into this one. See, that's what it looked like. It had all them drawers, and it had the two smaller ones up the top, and I will get into a video. I'll pull this out because it's got my thickers, my stencils, page protectors and all that in there. That's just got scraps of chipboard and cardstock scraps. Then on top I've got my shop box and memorabilia that I want to put into my albums. So if I go back to this one, I mean, I've got I've got containers stacked on top. I, like I said, still sorting things out, but yeah, it had all them drawers in there, and they disintegrated because I had it up against the window and the sun got to it, and the drawers just disintegrated. So the drawers had to be chucked out, and I almost was going to chuck out this complete unit, but then my partner had this acrylic material, and he built shelves for it, so it holds my really useful boxes, and they just slide in and out. I got two came up ones on the top, and they're really useful boxes there. I think that one's a came up one. Yeah, so that is that, and that just can slide in and out on my cupboard. And it's got the brake on. So it's a bit awkward to do this with one hand. I don't want to have a crafter lunch. Had quite a few of them, sequins and paper clips and things, so it just slides back in. And then up the top I have got it stacked to the roof, and it's just the things that need to be stored away, but I need to clean up downstairs a bit more. So that drawer there holds spare pouches and things. That one has got sewing, and that one has got sewing. That one's got my mold press, memory mold. What is that called? The one where you can make molds from the plastic. It's got that in there. So that is, I'm just going to shut this up. So that is just an overview of the room that I'm working in, my craft room. And I think I will split this video just as the overview video, and then the next video will be showing how I store my ephemera and die cuts, and I will catch you in that one. Bye.